Oh no.
There we go. Make sure the comments are up. Good evening, everybody. If you're tuning in live, make sure you say hello and leave us a comment. If you're watching on catch up or replay, then comment as well and let us know when you're watching it. And I'm sure we'll think of some questions that you can pop in the comments as we chat. We've already got one viewer, which is amazing. You know the score. You know I like to do a few quick either or questions at the beginning of my live. So are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Dog or cat?
Cat.
Okay. Sweet or salty?
Salty.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Pepsi or Coke?
Ooh, Pepsi.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Sunrise or sunset?
Oh gosh, they're both equally beautiful. Let's go sunset. I'm not a morning person.
Final one, fruit or veg?
Fruit.
Cool. I have to share this comment because it's nice.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. There's no way I can do a live without makeup on my face. Oh my god, I absolutely take my hat off to the girls who do. Not me.
I've only got a bit of mascara and a bit of lip gloss on, but I have to have a little something on. Yeah, I get you. So, introduce yourself a little bit to those people watching who maybe don't know who you are, and then we'll chat books.
Yeah, lovely. So I'm Cassie. I have a little business called Lazy Lunge Bookshop. I started it about 6 months ago because my daughter and my stepdaughter just absolutely love books. So I thought, why not get some discounts and benefits for them? It then ignited my love for books and how much I love reading to just kind of take myself out of the world, especially the one we've been in recently. And yeah, it's just kind of gone from strength to strength, really. In the last month or so, everything's expanded quite a lot, and I'm now looking to sort of collab with people and get the name out there a little bit more. So I'm a crazy book lady. I love books. I can't help it. But that's me.
There is nothing wrong with loving books. I definitely think for me, I went through quite a few years of not doing a lot of reading at all, but the last probably 6 months or so has really ignited my love for books again as well. And I think I finished one this morning. I'm on book 19 of the year already or something like that. So
goodness, I'm on book 3 and 2 of them I'm still in the middle of reading.
It's fine. People read at different paces. Some of them I feel like I've read quicker than I possibly would have done because I've been reviewing them. So I've kind of had a deadline. So I've probably rushed through them more than I would have normally done. But then some of them I loved so much that I just sped through them. But I'm sure we all have all of those books that you speed through.
I got Mrs. Hinch's book for Christmas, and before we started the new year, I'd read it. It was done. It was done in about 5 days, I think, which is really quick for me. I read the 50 Shades books quite quick. I found them a bit boring, actually. But the one I'm on at the minute, I'm sort of getting stuck. I want to pursue it. I'm the sort of person where I have to carry a book through. I can't just give up on it. But it will then take me like 2 or 3 months if I'm struggling. But I just know that this book is going to be gorgeous once I get to the end of it. But yeah, it's just getting to the end.
Yeah. There's always books like that, isn't there? I read one recently for a review, and I honestly, if I wasn't doing it for review, I'm not sure I would have finished it. I think I would have done because I wanted to get it done, but it was just, there's nothing wrong with the story. Sometimes it's just the way they're written. You just like plodding along. You find one you love, and you love the way the author writes. So you just you speed through because you like that way of writing, I guess.
Yeah, it's easier to follow if you've got someone's writing style that you enjoy reading, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think that's why lots of people go back to authors that they loved in the past, because they know they like that style of writing and they know they're likely to get along with it, I guess. Definitely I do anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Nick Alexander, he seems to be the person, I think it's a he, I'd assume it's a he, the person who I tend to go back for chick lit kind of reads. They're always really easy reading. the French House and the Case of the Missing Boyfriend. That's a set of two. It's actually the other way around to that. And I read the Case of the Missing Boyfriend thinking, oh, this is just going to be drivel. And then all of a sudden it was like I just had to buy the second book because I needed to finish the story of the couple. Or I go to the extreme other side and I go for like really graphic crime books. So there's Graham, I want to say Marston, something like that. He does a Kate Maguire series, and the first one talks about like ripping flesh off of bones, and it's really quite graphic and gross. But I have to have, if I've got a graphic crime, I have to have a chicklet afterwards, because you just can't do too much murder and crime. It just sort of taps with the brain a little bit. But I've tried autobiographies a little bit more recently, but I just can't. I don't know. I just get irritated by listening to someone else's story.
Yeah, I'm not an autobiography person either. I think the only ones I've ever read John Barrowman's autobiographies, because we all know I've got a little bit of a soft spot for him. And then I read a Westlife, like their story one as well. But I read that like in stages. I'd read a few pages, then go to another book, and then come back to it. So
yeah. I think Mrs. Hinch, oh, there goes my dishwasher. Mrs. Hinch has been probably the only autobiography that I've absolutely flown through. But I'm currently on Chris and Rosemary Ramsey's book. I'll show you the title. I won't say the title, and I'm going to cover the top word up. But that one.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying Rosie's bits because I follow her on social media, but Chris's bits, I like him as a comedian, but I don't like his writing style and the way how he's phrasing things. It's exactly how he speaks, but I'm finding it so hard. And I really thought I was just going to fly through it, but I haven't. It's been sat there since January. What are we on now? Almost April.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Rachel, I reckon we should. And I think Cassie is definitely the person to organise that.
Oh my goodness, Rachel, that's such a good idea. Why haven't I thought of that?
We need one. Maybe we should do it for that book.
I can't my pen handy.
Why does that not surprise me either?
I'm a nightmare. I've got I'm either fiddling with a necklace or fiddling with a pen. Yeah, that's a really good idea, Rachel. I'm gonna get onto that and put a little note out to see if anyone would be interested. Definitely.
Amazing. So we are talking all about books that we loved as a child, and I know we've both found some examples and stuff to kind of share with everyone. So I'll let you go first.
So I've only got one, and my lovely mum just really randomly the other day went to me, you know, I've still got your When Kate Visits the Doctor book. And I was like, no. And she was like, yeah. I was like, can you get it out? Because I remember as a child, I was naturally blonde as a child, not at the moment. And I remember just wanting to be this blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. And I've now had a daughter who's this blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. And I'd completely forgotten about this book. And when Mum brought it back out, it was like, I sort of had a butterfly moment where I was like, it wasn't ever me in the book, it was my daughter. It's one of those stupid moments. But here it is. Here is my beautiful, beautiful book. It was 85p.
Amazing.
Take a moment to appreciate that. They're not 85p nowadays.
No.
And I mean, the text and the graphics in it, hang on, let's get the screen on the right way. I mean, they're horrendous, really, if you compare it to what it is now. But I just absolutely loved it. And there's a bit in here where she goes, wow, she cried. And I just remember vividly, where's the page? Yeah, there it is. I just remember vividly always saying that bit to my mum. We always used to read it all the time. And she ends up having banana medicine to help her earache. And I had lots of earache as a child. So it was really relatable. And it's just, I'm so glad my mum never parted with it. And I'm so glad that I've now got it and I'll treasure it. Elodie, my daughter, who's 20 months, she's a bit of a page ripper at the minute. So there's no way we can keep this at home just yet in case she rips it. I'll be heartbroken. So will my mum. Yeah, this is just, And for 85p, I think my mum just got so many years of happiness out of it. Like, what a great pound spend, really, or under a pound. But yeah, and it stinks. Yeah. It's really musty. But there's just something about this tiny little book that it will just forever be treasured. But there we go. That was my childhood favourite.
So I've got mine. Mine's not the original like I had when I was little, but my mum, when I had Amelie, was adamant that Amelie had to have a copy of this book. So this is Amelie's version. So it's that way, Little Rabbit Foo.
Oh, that's cute. I love
actually came with a DVD when Amelie got it. So again, it's one of those ones that you can tell it originally was an older kind of book, but yeah, I loved it. Like the wriggly worms, and I love like all the alliteration that you got in like kids' books. It's just so much fun, isn't it? So yeah, that was my childhood book.
When you got it, did you remember like certain little bits out of the book that it all of a sudden just sort of triggered somewhere in your brain these sentences that you used to say or read over and over?
Yeah, a few of them. I think until I read it with Amelie that first time I read it, I kind of remember like the way it was, like I would say it, or like the way my mum would say it when it was read. Like I would say it the same as we were reading through it. So until I read it that first time again, I didn't. But then as we were reading it, I definitely remember those little moments that just always made me laugh. So yeah,
it does, doesn't it? But yeah, that's one of the benefits of reading is it strengthens your brain and it helps to build your vocabulary. So those little things, no matter how repetitive, helps your vocabulary. Oh God, this is true me style. No matter how repetitive, there we go, the words are, actually, as you get older, that will come in really handy, and you just don't think about it as a child when you're sitting there reading. We have a book called Hooray for Fish. I should have brought it down. That's Elodie's ultimate favourite. There's about 3 words on each page, but we do little actions to it, and the fish swim in the sea, and then we do a splash, splash, splish, and like we just sort of splash over her face. And she's now doing all of the actions to it, and I hope that that's going to be a book a bit like the Kate Visits the Doctors for me. That's going to be like the book that I then keep to one side for her. Lovely.
I've actually got one as well that I thought I'd show you. So when my brother was little, so he's now 13, so he's quite a few years younger than me. He got this book. It's called Who's in the Loo.
Oh wow!
And it's all about like trying to figure out who is in the bathroom. And it ends up being an octopus who's taken ages because he's washing his hands. Kieran wanted to read this every single night. It was just his favourite book, and Amelie's loved it since too. But it's like, is it a school of skunks washing their tail or a coachload of elderly snails? It's just that rhyming little things that it was just so funny.
It is those, and they're the kind of books I think at the minute the one that seems to be doing its rounds and going everywhere is my bum's got a crack in it, and or my bum is broken, something like that. I can't remember.
I need a new bum or something, aren't they? Or something.
Yeah, I need a new bum. Mine's got a crack in it, and I just think it's hilarious. I sit there and read it, and there's we don't say the F word for a trump, but that's referred to in there a couple of times. And my stepdaughter, she'll go, I can't say that word. She's 7. She goes, I can't say that word. So I then come out with it, and she then really laughs because I've then sort of said a swear word. So it just really helps her engage, and it helps an Elodie who's quite young to obviously read herself. She barely speak, but she laughs along when we're laughing reading it. So it's lovely. Books like that, anything to do with poo and bums or body parts, just gets kids giggling, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they're having fun and they're listening to it. But like you said, they do remember those words, and in the end it ends up being an educational. So the book may not be intended on being educational, but actually whatever book you're reading can be educational for that child.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
So yeah, actually I have to share, I also found Topsy and Tim.
Oh,
this is a newer version, I think, but I remember they did them in like the ladybird form, like the really like rectangle ones. We had them like the really old fashioned, that they probably were like £1 or something. But yeah, Amelie had this. I love that these are like little experiences with what happened with my brother this week, because obviously he went into hospital and had his appendix out. And Amelie remembered the Topsy Tim book when she went into hospital, and that's kind of what was keeping her going. She's like, well, this happens and this happens and this happens, because she'd seen it from Topsy and Tim. So actually they can remember things, can't they?
Yeah, and it does. It really reassures them, and it really kind of it gives them that kind of relatable bit of information, I think, as well. We've also got one that's Grandpa and Lollipop, when Lollipop gets a wobbly tooth, and whenever my stepdaughter ends up getting a new wobbly tooth, I think she's on her 8th one now or something, she goes, right, can we read this before bed? And I'm like, yeah, no worries, because she can relate to it. It's something that's like, yes, relatable. And I think that's why I love that book so much as a child, this one, because I always got earache, and the character in this got earache, and it made me think, well, if she can have her medicine, it makes her feel better, then I can have my medicine, it makes me feel better. So it's definitely really good. There's lots of reassuring reads about going back to school as well at the moment. So little ones who are kind of maybe a bit apprehensive or struggling with being back, I think a book just to reassure them that the world is a bit of a strange place, but it's always going to be a bit strange. It will be something that really reassures them. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, it's learning life things that they maybe wouldn't have necessarily done, or learning about them in a way that they would understand, because kids love books, don't they? Not many kids don't like books until they kind of maybe get to that slightly older stage. All younger kids love books, and if they can learn life skills and memories and things that are going to happen to them, like I know there's lots around, like when mums have new like second babies and things, that are always really popular and quite often get shared because someone else is having a new baby and stuff. There's always a great way of helping that child along whatever situation they're going through.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really helpful, and also it gives you that one-to-one time with that child as well. So if they are going through something that they don't quite understand, they then get your undivided attention, because if they're not a confident or competent reader themselves, you'll then sit with them and read with them. So it's not only helping develop their learning, it's reassuring them, but comforting, oh gosh, here we go, making them feel comforted at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's one of the important things about when you've got kids and you're reading with them, is doing that reading with them, isn't it? So taking that time out of your day, whether it is at bedtime or whenever it fits for you and your family and your lifestyle, but taking time to sit and read with them is obviously got to be crucial.
Yeah, definitely.
Always remember, my mum was always really good at reading bedtime stories, and even as I got older, like when we were at the point where we could read ourselves, she would always make that time to sit down and read with us whenever she could. Always remember sitting and reading multiple books with her. When I got into the Sleepover Club series and Mary Kate and Ashley, she would always still sit and read them with me. And I know she didn't like the books, but she would still sit there and listen to me reading them.
Yeah, I was a Jacqueline Wilson fan. I really liked, and I'll always remember it, The Illustrated Mum. And I still to this day, I remember designing this tattoo myself from like, gosh, I must have been about age 10 or something. And it was a star with all sort of swells inside it. Well, actually, as an adult, I've then ended up with a tattoo that's got stars. It's not got swells on it, but a tattoo with stars. And I just wonder whether there was some sort of, I don't know, triggered memory from when I was younger, that when I then decided to have my first tattoo done, that was maybe in my brain. But yeah, I did love the Jacqueline Wilson. There was the cliffhanger as well. I used to really enjoy that. I could read them over and over again, but I don't think I'd remember them now if I did read them. Maybe I should reread them. That might be quite fun.
Actually, that was one of the things I was going to say about, because I actually found our Narnia collection that way. I was the other day, and I really want to reread these, because I remember this was our set. It's still got the whole little like "This belongs to" written in the front. I remember, I think I was about 10, 11, and I dressed up as the Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe for World Book Day. So I was a lion, and then I had this stick picture of a wardrobe and this stick picture of a witch, and I always remember that. But I really want to reread these, because I just think something I remember reading as a child and would love. I don't remember what happened in them, so I'd love to reread them.
Yeah, maybe you should do that, and do the Jacqueline Wilson ones.
Yeah, and I think there was another one.
We do both have a book in common that we've just not got round to reading as well, haven't we?
Yes, I think did you say you'd got a copy of it?
Yeah, so it's Wonder. I think this is more of a teen book rather than a young adult fiction. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I just have seen it everywhere. I don't know, it just seems to be in all of the book clubs that I'm in, and people of all ages are reading it, saying it's such a brilliant read. And I think it's something to do with, it says on the front, when you were born to stand out. So it's obviously, you can't blend in when you were born to stand out. So it's obviously something to do with like someone who's either got a disfigurement or someone who's not confident in the way they look. So I think it's going to be, again, another really reassuring read, but it's one of those ones that it's just sitting on my bookshelf, just chilling out, and I keep looking at it and I keep thinking I need to just bite the bullet and read it, but I haven't yet. But yeah, we've both got that on our to read pile, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been on my list for a while because I remember someone saying about it, like you said, it's been about, people have shared it. And then my sister did this quiz for World Book Day, and one of the answers was like, she showed a little picture of the front cover, and it was like, what is the front cover in this? It reminded me that I still haven't read it. So yeah, I definitely need to.
I was just trying to see when it first was released. Oh gosh, it's quite an old one. So it first came out in 2012, but it was then republished in 2017. So this must be the 2017 edition. But it must be something that's a really good read for it to have stood out for that length of time, especially in this day and age. But I also must gravitate towards blue books, because as I was pulling some together today, I noticed, literally sitting on my bedside table, this is my stack of books. And they are all blue. And it wasn't until I picked them up tonight and I thought, oh my goodness, I must just really gravitate towards that colour of book, which is really strange.
Yeah, I think I tend to gravitate to some of the ones that are like really pretty florally type front covers that are often are chick lit ones, but I just love like the pastel colours of a book, especially when they look nice on your bookshelf. There's just something aesthetically pleasing about that, isn't there?
Yeah, it really is. It's just, and when they all fit in the same height order as well. Oh, it's like what dreams are made of. I told my crazy book lady.
Do that whole like where the color code thing, but then I think I'm one of those people that would want series to stay together, and I'm like, how do I make that work?
Oh gosh, yeah, just the possibilities are endless. God, we could literally, I think, have a discussion for days on how to organize your bookshelf.
Absolutely, yeah. But there are so many books out there, though, isn't there? Like for whatever reading level you're at, for whether children's or adults. And I think actually, as an adult, it's not a bad thing to read children's books either, because often they are the ones that do have the hidden meanings or the messages in. They're actually just as relevant for adults as they are for kids, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think factual books have come a long way as well now. Before I became, so I'm a direct seller for Scholastic, so they're the brand that I now work with. They've got quite a few of the Usborne sort of fact books, like the Lift the Flap. I think we've got Look Inside the Planet or See Inside the Planet or something at the moment. But before I joined Scholastic, I was with Usborne, and the See Inside space still now is such a standout book. It just comes with so much information, and it's really manageable if you just want to tackle one page at a time. If you've got a child who's not really sort of that much of an enthusiastic reader, then those kind of books really do engage them. And again, you can kind of take them one page at a time. But reading doesn't just have to come from a fiction or a fact book. It can be a magazine, it can be a comic. is it Dogman, I think, are the books that are like more comic based inside. They've got loads of pictures and it's really visual, but then has a reading element to it as well. So reading can be done anywhere, word searches, those kind of things. So even if you've got a child who doesn't really want to sit there and read a fiction book, or you as an adult don't want to sit there and read a fiction book, pick up a word search or pick up a magazine, and it will have just exactly the same benefits as what a fiction book would too.
Yeah, absolutely. Amelie loves magazines. She gets quite excited when she gets one through the post. She's got a subscription to a few different ones. Like Whiz Pop Bang is a really good sciencey one for kids that actually, yes, she's doing science, but also she's reading what she needs to do, what she needs to, like ingredients and equipment she needs. Yeah, which is just as important, and actually is one thing that you actually, in theory, are going to use more as you grow up than reading a fiction book, although it's still amazing to read a fiction book, and obviously we all want to be doing that, but instructions are also really helpful to understand how they work and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, how many of us have bought flat pack furniture? I'd get quite a kick out of putting things like that together. And actually, if you don't have the kind of cognitive thought process of how to follow instructions, you'll really struggle, because obviously it's in step by step. But if from a young age you're used to that reading style, and you get used to kind of knowing how to follow a flow and a process, then of course that's going to help no end. IKEA furniture is a right nightmare trying to read those instructions. So if you know how to follow that kind of flow of reading, then it definitely sets you up for adult life.
Yeah, I think that's why one of the things we said we wanted to talk about was just how reading can be important whatever age you are and whatever you choose to read. And I think sometimes it's just about finding the right thing for you to read. So obviously, like, are you a fiction person? Are you a non-fiction person? Do you like chick lit? Do you like murder and horror, or whatever it is that you choose to read? It's just finding the right thing.
Yeah.
Keep me away from the horror books, though. No, that's no for me.
Yeah, no, it really does take you to the point where you're sort of reading it like this. Oh.
Yeah, I love a good murder mystery. Like I want to read them, maybe some of the Agatha Christie ones.
Yeah.
And I've read a few like murder mystery ones, but they're like just generic murder mystery, almost like a TV show like level. I couldn't do the gory side of it.
No, the Poirot ones are quite good. I've just my partner's just come in with, I've got to share this with you because of the post that I put on my page the other day. Do you keep it in the fridge or does it go in the cupboard? But yeah, there we go. That's my night sorted: a book, a chocolate bar, and a cup of tea.
Can't go wrong, can you? Definitely not. I actually have a book that I need to get finished by the end of the week, so I'm going to be tackling some of that later on as well. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think I'm just checking that nobody's asked any questions or anything in the comments, but I don't think we have. But yeah, thank you for joining me.
No, I've really enjoyed it. And just a thing to mention, so the book party link that I've set up for you, any sales that come in within the next 2 weeks will get processed through that book party link, and then that'll give your little girl hopefully a little bit of money off for when she then orders her books from her money that she's saved together. Those book party links can be set up for anybody, so you can then share them with friends and family. They can all clump together to make one order, and then you'll then receive a voucher for 10% of the total party spend, for then a future spend, which is a great incentive. I mean, I quite often, when I do odd little orders through my own party links, I'll group it all together, and then that's how I do my free giveaway. So all of the orders that went through by yesterday, I'll then group those together over the next couple of days, and then whoever then wins the first prize of that will then get £5 off a future spend. So it's definitely worthwhile, especially if you're a book lover and you like to kind of do these things, an order sort of every sort of 2 to 3 months. The vouchers don't expire for ages, so yeah, if anyone is interested in their own party link to share with their own friends and family, just get in touch.
Yeah, and there's some really good deals on there actually, like lots of sets and stuff that I thought were amazing and such good price. If you think about what price you would pay for one single book. If you went to somewhere like Waterstones or something, you can get like a whole set of books for the same price, which is amazing.
Yeah, the Holly, I think it's Holly Jackson. Someone messaged the other day. Sorry, decided to make a snack. Yeah, so the Holly Jackson, we can hear you. Duo books are £7.99. Well, normally the recommended retail on most books are £7.99. So to get 2 books for that price, and if you're local to me in Sprounston, Norwich, then I'll come and deliver for free. If not, then the delivery is from £2.90. So it's such an achievable, like, realistic cost. Yeah, and as I say, if you've then got friends and family who want to order as well, let me know. We'll set up a link. You can then get a voucher for future spends too.
Yeah, those Holly Jackson books are amazing as well. I read them. I've actually got a post scheduled to go up later in the week because I read them not that long ago and I gave them both 5 stars. They were such quick reads for me. I loved them. And I saw the other day, there's a new one coming out. There's a new one coming out this year and I'm like, yes, yay.
I'll let you know if it comes into my shop, because we do sometimes get new releases when it's like a big order. So if it comes in my shop, I'll let you know.
Yeah, do, because we will definitely be ordering that one. Both my sister's got the copies of them and I nicked hers to read them and we both love them. So they're a definite must read if you haven't. Love them.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and stick them on my forever growing pile. I need some other colours in here.
Yeah, I was going to say they're red, so they'll look quite nice with the blue. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's amazing. I think it's such a great deal. And like you said, if people can club together and get a few books, which is great if you've got family and friends and you quite often, maybe it's coming up to a child's birthday and you know that child loves books, and all club together and buy a few books makes a great deal. And I will pop the link to the special party that Cassie set up for us will be in a link above this, and then I will also link your group and page, so if anybody wants to get in touch with you, they can do that as well. But thank you for joining me. It was lovely just to chat books.
Yeah, I could keep going all night, so but I have now got my
you've got your chocolate to enjoy
and my cup of tea.
You're set and sorted for the night. You just need somewhere comfy and cozy and a blanket to wrap you around you and you'll be well away.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Thank you everybody for watching. Like I said, if you've caught us up on replay, then please do leave us a comment and one of us, I'm sure, will pop back and reply to you if you've got any questions. But thank you for watching and I'll see you for the rest of Book Week this week. There's lots more exciting stuff to share with you, and that link, like Cassie said, is for the next couple of weeks. So don't worry if you've got to wait a couple of days for payday or anything. It's still up for a few more days.
Perfect.